Hey there, wonderful viewer. Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly at home, maybe sipping a cup of tea, and wondering how life changes when you're navigating it on your own as the years go by? It's a thought that creeps up on many of us, especially after 60, when the house feels a little quieter and the days seem to stretch out in new ways. Aging alone can feel daunting, but here's the good news. It's also an incredible opportunity to thrive, to rediscover yourself, and to live life on your terms. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're going to dive into something real and meaningful. 6 hard truths about aging alone, and more importantly, how you can turn those truths into stepping stones for a vibrant, fulfilling life. Now, I know the phrase hard truths might sound a bit heavy, like something you'd hear from a stern doctor or a know-it-all neighbor. But don't worry, this isn't about doom and gloom. Think of this as a heart-to-heart chat with a friend who's been there, someone who wants to share practical, uplifting ways to make the most of your solo journey. Whether you're living alone by choice, circumstance, or a mix of both, this video is all about empowering you to thrive without needing anyone else to hold your hand. We'll cover 6 key truths that come with aging alone, and for each one, I'll share simple, actionable steps to help you feel confident, connected, and in control. So grab a cozy blanket or a notepad if you're feeling inspired, and let's get started with the first truth. The first hard truth about aging alone is that loneliness can sneak up on you even when you think you're fine. Now, don't get me wrong, being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. Plenty of folks cherish their independence, and there's something downright liberating about setting your own schedule, eating cereal for dinner if you feel like it, or binge watching your favorite show without anyone hogging the remote. But here's the thing, humans are wired for connection. And as we age, those connections, like friendships, family gatherings, or even casual chats with neighbors, can start to fade. Maybe your kids have moved across the country, or your old book club doesn't meet anymore. It's not that you're suddenly friendless, it's just that life shifts, and those shifts can leave you feeling a bit isolated if you're not paying attention. So, how do you thrive through this? The key is to build small, meaningful connections on your own terms. You don't need a packed social calendar or a best friend who calls every day. Start with something simple, like joining a local walking group. I know a lovely lady named Margaret, who's 72, and she swears by her weekly stroll with a group of folks from her community center. They chat about everything from grandkids to gardening, and it's become the highlight of her week. If walking's not your thing, try a class at the library, maybe knitting, painting, or even a book discussion. These little steps get you out, talking, and connecting without feeling overwhelming. And here's a fun tip. If you're shy about starting conversations, bring a small treat to share, like a bag of cookies. Nothing breaks the ice like a homemade chocolate chip cookie, trust me. The goal is to create moments of connection that feel good for you, whether it's one new friend or a friendly wave from the mail carrier. Now let's move on to the second truth. Your home can become your best friend or your biggest challenge. When you're aging alone, your living space is your sanctuary, your command center, your everything. But it can also turn into a bit of a trap if it's not set up to support you. Think about it. Those charming stairs you've climbed for years might start feeling like Mount Everest. Or that cluttered kitchen cabinet might make cooking dinner more stressful than it needs to be. The hard truth is that a home that worked for you at 50 might not be as kind to you at 70, and that's okay. The trick is to make your space work for you, not against you. Here's how to thrive. Take a good, honest look at your home and make it your ally. Start small, clear out clutter from one room to make it easier to move around. I remember helping my uncle, who's 68 and lives alone, rearrange his living room. We moved his favorite chair closer to the window for better light and got rid of an old rug that was a tripping hazard. It took one afternoon, and he said it felt like a brand new house. If mobility is a concern, consider adding grab bars in the bathroom or a sturdy handrail on the stairs. These changes don't have to scream, "I'm getting older." They're just practical tweaks to keep you safe and comfortable. And if you're thinking about bigger changes, like moving to a single-story home or a senior-friendly apartment, give yourself permission to explore those options without guilt. Your home should lift you up, not weigh you down. The third truth is that your health becomes your responsibility in a whole new way when you're on your own. There's no one around to nudge you to eat your veggies or remind you to take your meds. And while that freedom is great, it also means you've got to be your own cheerleader. I'll be honest, when I hit my 60s, I realized I couldn't just wing it with my health anymore. A skipped doctor's appointment or a week of eating nothing but toast and jam could catch up with me faster than it used to. Aging alone means you're the captain of your wellness ship, and that's both empowering and a little intimidating. To thrive here, create simple routines that keep you on track without feeling like a chore. For example, set a daily reminder on your phone for medications. Nothing fancy, just a cheerful beep to keep you consistent. Meal prep is another game changer. Spend an hour on Sunday chopping veggies or making a big pot of soup, so you've got healthy meals ready to go. My friend Clara, who's 75 and lives alone, swears by her soup Sundays. She makes a batch, freezes half, and feels like a culinary genius all week. And don't skip those doctor visits, even if you feel fine. Think of them as tune-ups for your body, like taking your car in for an oil change. The goal is to keep things simple and sustainable, so you're not just surviving, but feeling strong and energized. We've covered some big ideas so far: staying connected, making your home your ally, and taking charge of your health. These truths might feel like challenges, but they're also invitations to create a life that's uniquely yours. Let's keep this heart-to-heart going, because aging alone is a journey, and every step you take can lead you to a stronger, happier you. We're diving into the fourth truth now, and it's one that hits home for a lot of us. Your mindset shapes your reality more than you might think. When you're living solo, there's no one else in the house to lift your spirits on a tough day or nudge you out of a rut. That's not to say you're moping around all the time, far from it. But the hard truth is that negative thoughts like worrying about what you can't do anymore or dwelling on the past can creep in and make the days feel heavier than they need to be. The good news? You have the power to flip that script and make your mindset your greatest ally. So how do you thrive here? It's all about cultivating a mindset that sparks joy and possibility. Start with something as simple as gratitude. I know, it sounds like something you'd read on a bumper sticker, but hear me out. Every morning, take a moment to think of 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be grand. Maybe it's the way the sunlight hits your coffee mug, or the fact that your favorite show has a new episode. My neighbor Tom, who's 70 and lives alone, started doing this, and he says it's like a little mental reset that sets the tone for his day. Another trick is to challenge negative thoughts when they pop up. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'm too old to try something new," ask yourself, why not? Then take a tiny step towards something fun, like signing up for an online painting class or even just watching a YouTube tutorial on gardening. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant and nurture grows, so plant seeds of curiosity and optimism. Now let's talk about the 5th truth. Financial security feels different when you're on your own. When you're aging alone, there's no one to split the bills with or lean on if money gets tight, and that can feel like a weight on your shoulders. It's not that you're broke or reckless with your cash. Most folks I know are pretty savvy after years of budgeting. But the reality is that unexpected expenses, like a leaky roof or a medical bill, hit harder when you're the only one footing the bill. And let's be honest, those senior discounts at the diner don't exactly cover a new water heater. To thrive through this, take control of your finances with small, proactive steps. First, create a simple budget if you don't already have one. Write down your monthly income, pension, social security, savings, and your regular expenses like utilities and groceries. This isn't about pinching pennies until they scream. It's about knowing where your money's going so you can feel confident. I have a friend, Evelyn, who's 73 and swears by her fun fund. She sets aside a little each month for treats, like a new book or a trip to the movies, so she never feels deprived. If you're worried about big expenses, look into programs that can help, like property tax relief for seniors or low-cost home repair services in your area. And here's a practical tip. Keep an emergency fund, even if it's just $20 a month tucked away. It's like a financial hug from your past self when life throws a curveball. If numbers stress you out, don't be afraid to ask for help. Many community centers offer free financial workshops for seniors, and they're a great way to learn without feeling judged. The sixth truth is a big one. You'll need to plan for the future, even when it feels uncomfortable. When you're aging alone, there's no one else to make decisions if you get sick or need extra support down the road. It's not fun to think about, I get it. Nobody wants to spend a sunny afternoon pondering power of attorney or long-term care. But the hard truth is that planning now gives you freedom later. It's like packing an umbrella before a trip. You hope you won't need it, but you're glad it's there if the rain comes. Here's how to thrive. Take it one step at a time and make planning feel empowering, not scary. Start by organizing your important documents, your will, insurance info, bank accounts in one place, like a labeled folder or a small fireproof safe. I helped my aunt, who's 69 and lives alone, do this, and she said it felt like a weight off her mind. Next, think about who you trust to make decisions for you if you can't, like a close friend, a niece, or even a professional like a lawyer. Have a conversation with them so they know your wishes. If you're not sure where to start, many senior centers offer free or low-cost workshops on estate planning, and they're less intimidating than they sound. And here's a little nudge. Don't put this off. Even writing down a few basic wishes, like who gets your favorite teacup collection, is a powerful step. It's about making sure your voice is heard, no matter what the future holds. These truths, your mindset, your finances, and planning for the future, are like the foundation of a house. They might not be the flashy parts, but they hold everything else up. Let's keep building on this and wrap up with some final thoughts on how to tie it all together and live your best life. Alone, but never truly on your own. All right, my friend, we've been on quite a journey together, haven't we? We've talked about everything from dodging loneliness to turning your home into a cozy fortress. And now we're at the final stretch of our chat about thriving while aging alone. These truths we've covered aren't just challenges. They're like signposts guiding you toward a life that's full, vibrant, and totally yours. Let's tie it all together with a few final thoughts and a big dose of encouragement, because you've got this. Looking back, we started with the reality that loneliness can creep in, but you can chase it away with small, meaningful connections. Think of friendly chat at a community center or sharing a laugh with a neighbor. Then we talked about making your home your ally, tweaking it to keep you safe and comfortable, like clearing clutter or adding a grab bar. Your health came next, and we saw how simple routines, like meal prepping or setting medication reminders, put you in the driver's seat. We also tackled your mindset, because planting seeds of gratitude and curiosity can transform how you see your days. Finances were another big one. Creating a budget and an emergency fund gives you peace of mind to enjoy life's little pleasures. And finally, we touched on planning for the future, because organizing your wishes now means you stay in control later. What ties all these truths together is this: aging alone doesn't mean going it alone in spirit. You're building a life where you're the star of the show, supported by smart choices and a sprinkle of courage. Take my friend Dorothy, who's 74 and lives by herself in a little apartment. She told me recently that she used to feel like life was shrinking. But after joining a local gardening club, rearranging her kitchen for easier access, and setting up a weekly call with her doctor, she feels like she's blooming again. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about taking one step, then another, and watching how those steps add up to something beautiful. Here's the heart of it. Thriving while aging alone is about embracing where you are and making it work for you. You don't need a house full of people to feel connected or a fancy gym membership to stay healthy. It's the little things, like smiling at a stranger during your morning walk, keeping a favorite soup recipe on hand, or writing down a memory to share with a loved one, that make the biggest difference. And don't let anyone tell you that your age limits your spark. Every day you wake up is a chance to try something new, whether it's planting a windowsill herb garden or calling an old friend just to say hi. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you do to make your solo days feel full and joyful? Maybe it's a hobby, a routine, or even a funny story about rearranging your furniture. Sharing your experiences can inspire someone else watching this video, and that's what makes this community so special. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps others find it too. And if you want more tips like these, Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a new video. We're in this together, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. So here's to you, living boldly, loving deeply, and thriving in your own unique way. Aging alone? Nah, you're just writing the next chapter of your incredible story. Keep shining, and I'll see you in the next video.